back to Scotland's premier Fife-based podcast, Fife Club. As always, the first rule of Fife Club is, please talk about Fife Club.
And deja vu.
Deja vu.
We'll explain in a minute. Apologies to any new listeners that may have come to us after feeling pity for the drunk bloke shouting at them in PJ Malloy's on Saturday night to listen. That was me, and you're here now, maybe, probably not though, so whatever. This is so awkward. Around the mic with my good self Kutch tonight is the boy that resembles a carved tumchi. It's Jamie.
What's a tumchi?
It's a turnip.
Oh, right. I thought you said tunchy. Sorry. Right.
I don't know what's going on.
We're literally doing this word for word, aren't we?
So anyway, oh god. Across from him, after many weeks guising and turning up with hee-haw because no one liked his jokes, it's Mark.
Back once again with the Renegade Master. I think. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Is that what I said last time?
That's what you said last time, yeah.
It didn't. Nobody laughed as much this time. Ah, shit. What?
Oh god. And next to him is...
Well, this goes on a bit.
You did the mash.
You did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. You did the mash.
So next to him...
It was a Dave Young smash.
is a darkness that falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorise y'all's neighbourhood. And whoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years. And grisly ghosts from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of Dave. It's Dave.
D for David and Little Behaviour.
I hate my life. So, we recorded about 45 minutes of the best, the most quality gold we've ever recorded.
You were doing your Trump impression with your fingers
yeah,
and
I was.
everything.
Yeah.
The best podcast. Most excellent podcast.
It
We
really
used all
was.
the best words.
We did. We used all the best words, the best puns. It was brilliant. No. And then it all went to shit, and it didn't... The program crashed and it all didn't record. So that's why you've just had to listen to us do what we just did again. Yeah.
It's turning into like a Stuart Lee routine where it's getting funnier with each repetition for us.
This is the sixth time now.
It's a special Halloween Groundhog Day thing.
This will be the best one you've ever heard of.
Yeah, you just won't get that. Because that you just have missed out on so much gold. So
this is not the greatest podcast in the world. No, this is just a tribute. Good remember!
It's so very true. So we're really sorry, listeners, but we are going to have to cut it short because we just so cannot be talking about it, most of it again. But what we'll do is we'll give you a quick roundup of our news round, which we started last week, seemed to be quite successful.
Insert newsround music. Look up on YouTube.
John Craven's news round. Fuck.
I really slagged off the news quiz at this point in time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it again?
Nah, just fuck him.
Right. So, quick fire round. Mark, you had a news story for us.
Yeah, I talked about MPs and handsiness. Crikey, bad stuff. Bad game, that.
We're laughing, but we had a really serious, good conversation about it. Yeah. Fuck's sake, and it's all gone.
Yeah.
It got quite deep. It was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You guys would have fucking loved it.
Basically, shite. Dave, you had a story for us.
Yeah, there was a witch in Fife once. She got burned. Quite nicely reconstructed her face just recently. Thumbs up, Dundee University.
Right. Jamie, you had a story.
It was about a horny as fuck Highland coo which went to a crofter's croft and kept shagging all the cows. That was it.
Because he had a hair done.
He did have a hair done.
That's one joke back, listeners.
Yeah. And now retroactively, Dave's thing makes sense earlier. We're a time traveling fucking podcast.
And I didn't get to my story, but basically, Musmore and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even know what that was, but
What's more?
yeah.
Do you not remember the other night when it looked epic?
Yeah,
They were flaring.
Yeah,
Flaring,
totally.
yeah.
They've been flaring and
Flaring shit, yeah.
pretty much.
Because Lewis was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And this
Yeah,
guy-
pretty much.
Mordo.
They were
Yeah.
they were flaring for about 4 days, and there was a.
Is that a bad thing for them to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it generally means that the plant's probably about to explode, so they need to.
And it's usually bad product. So
Yeah.
just
Basically,
burning
what they're
oil.
doing there is they're burning off millions of pounds worth of product.
Yeah.
So
I've been watching The Wire.
I was just,
There was a bit where they had to flush a ton of cocaine down there
like
because the
that.
feds were coming in.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's basically Musmore's equivalent of doing
And
that.
Stringer Bell's talking about being a liquid product and everything. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, liquid asset. And all that, yeah.
And essentially, they have absolutely no consideration for the local community because not only is it bright, it is loud as well. Like it sounds like a jet engine.
It is also cow and beef though, so
Oh wow! Yeah. So yeah, that was brief version of what we talked about.
it's the headlines. Now here's the news.
We should maybe just do that every week.
Yeah.
5 minutes news done. So what we are going to do is jump straight into Radio 4 time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to BBC Radio 4. It's that time once again when we go back to the desert island
Of dicks.
of Dex. Because we're our Dex.
Pure decks. So yeah, we are back on this motherfucking island. When do you think we'll put on some proper navigation equipment and stop fucking crashing and
We should have asked Lizzie to get us somewhere on her boat. Because then she just crashes into this fucking island. What a bitch. And then she put a sarky post about helping us loads on Facebook, don't get it.
Didn't even help out with our magic carpet, did you? Fuck's sake.
Oh god, you missed all that. Lizzie,
I just want to say, Lizzie, that Penman did all that originally, so mine was just adding on top.
yeah, and I really want to add in, thank you, Lizzie. Thank you. You were a great host. That's really it. So, we're on the island. And this week, we are going to discuss what favourite horror characters, well, not favourite, but which horror character we would bring to the island with us, with a little bit of the Halloweeny theme.
Twilight Island.
It's all sparkly. Yeah.
Has anything sorry, I haven't listened to the last Desert Island deck. So what was added to the Desert Island the last time?
Can't even mind.
That was Hebridean Island. Dicks.
It was
that-
Hebridean. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
remember
what
what
we
we
would
brought.
take to. So
One
Liz,
before- one before that.
Lizzie took a drying line.
I took an electric car with a wind turbine
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
for my heavies to go around in and
Yeah.
sort people out.
I originally I was going to take a boat that could go out in all weathers, but then I was told that wasn't allowed because I would obviously have a boat and be able to get off the island. So the boat was stuck on the island. It could go out in all weathers, but I couldn't move it off the island. So yeah. And Mag's tights and a cap, I think it was, wasn't it, for midges?
Yes, that's what it is.
So
Essential.
that's genuinely very practical.
The one
Were you
before that.
imagining your car with the thing? I don't want to go back over old. Are you imagining like one
Oh,
of
we've
those
got
like
time to fill.
Louisiana swamp rat type things?
Oh, no,
that go up there with
that's
the wind
fucking
turbine
great.
thing. Like, they're gators, boy. They're gators.
No, but it is now.
Like that
Punch
shit.
my hand
Like,
grenades.
yeah. Well, it's like that shitty bit of when James Bond, when they always end up like in Louisiana or something.
Yeah.
And there's that like hick guy chasing Roger Moore's. Which is why Roger Moore's the fucking worst Bond.
Yep.
Sadly, like, nice guy and all those kind of things, but you know what? Shit Bond.
Is it worse than George Lazenby?
No.
No, but George Lazenby doesn't even count.
Yes, true. Yeah.
However, that did have a cracking soundtrack.
Yeah. No, true that.
Yeah. So who wants to go first?
Mine is poorly thought out. So let somebody else go.
I've written mine down.
Yes.
Oh, Dave's going
Preparation.
Well, I mean, I'd gone, because obviously I'd sort of had a wee think about this and put in a few different ideas. I was going to go for Cujo originally, but I thought that would just lead to all kinds of issues with a honey badger. So I just thought, no, leave Cujo. I even thought about Jack Torrance from The Shining for a while, but then I thought he doesn't do too well in isolated situations, so I'll leave him be as well. So I went for someone that's ridiculously intelligent. Thought that could be helpful. Someone who's a master of cunning and whose culinary genius would be most welcome.
It's me.
You are a bit of a horror.
It's Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. Because my thinking on this is like he's got real charm and charisma, and you'd get some ace conversation with him as well.
Very well read, man. Hannibal could basically run the book club.
My other thought as well is if I ever get sick of Shania Twain or Joseph Fritzl being on the island with me, at least Lecter will come up with a nice little recipe to get rid of them.
Some liver beans and a nice Chianti. Although if you turn up to a book club, every time there's one less person. What happened? Oh, they're not coming again. Oh, okay.
Just fell asleep near him.
Okay, Dr. Lecter.
It's like people used to complain about like waiting lists at GP surgeries. Pfft, not at Harold Shipman's, eh? Quicker every week, right?
More of a conveyor belt.
That is not where I thought that was going.
Right,
Well done.
Thanks, the old misdirection gag there once again.
Holy shit.
Good addition, Dave.
Thank you.
I think it's pretty ideal as well, and also he brings like a knowledge of wine, unless he only knows one type of wine.
Only
Because we didn't
Chianti.
actually test his sommelier status. Like in that film, really didn't test his test his knowledge of like tannins or the terroir or something like that. So
I've done a wine tasting as well. We sat and had a good wine tasting, like some cheeses and stuff as well, but not once did the guy go, this goes really well with brain. So,
I did when I was working in Tesco in Rosyth, had somebody come in and ask me what goes best with pheasant at one point, and I had nothing to say. I was like, what are you doing here? Like, get out while you still can.
Waitrose. Waitrose goes best with pheasant.
But
Remember, the pheasant wasn't bought. It was either scooped up off the road or they were out.
no, it was,
Taking pot shots with.
it was a well-to-do lady. I
was it?
suspect, she had just pulled over and been driving through. But I was telling that to like one of my friends from Glasgow as well, and I was like, I just telling him that story. What goes well with pheasant? And he's just like, a fucking reality check. I was like, that's quite good. quite enjoyed that.
I can't talk because I have pheasant
Literally hanging from your back door.
Yeah.
Like the other
regular
day.
basis.
Yeah.
But you're more bumpkin than Posho. So the problem getting back to Hannibal Lecter though is Hannibal Lecter actually has a bit of trouble getting around. Do we have to strap him in and wheel him around the island? Because that would just get up my test. It's book club, somebody get Hannibal. Oh, get Hannibal, get in your straps.
That's it. At the end of the day, you really don't want him loose.
But the thing is as well though is like you weren't around for the week where I took Shania Twain to the island with me, because obviously she can build a car and it won't impress me much. So if she's got a car, Hannibal Lecter goes in the back, she drives him around. If he kills her, I'm cool with it.
Shit.
We can also use all the gear for carting Lecter around to cart Honey Badger around. We need to restrain it. Like Honey Badger, you've had enough.
Are you pinning down the Honey Badger till we get the straps on? I am not good. That was the straps on. Just before we go into any animal abuse. Very much plural straps on that.
No, that's exactly what I was going for. No.
But also the other thing, if you did have to wheel him around as well, can imagine the sand from the island to play havoc with that, like quite simple ball bearing wheel there's in the bottom of his trolley. You did just having to drag him across the island. Oh, for Christ's sake, Lecter.
Let me out, I'll tell you a nice story. No, Lecter! I know your games.
Save it for the book club.
Can I ask, what do we do with Lecter when we're trying to strap the honey badger in?
Yeah.
Where's he?
Joseph Fritzl's watching him. I've thought this through.
He's in the basement.
Under lock and key.
Oh God, you have just the most horrific set of people, don't you?
But Max and I are twin. That is the worst. Absolutely. But that's like, it was Mag's fault they got Joseph Fritz. Thanks, Mag.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's what we did that week. Who we would like to be stuck with and who we ended up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
It's worth listening.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, there are worse serial killers out there than Hannibal Lecter.
Right.
Who's fictional.
Yeah.
Let me stress, he's the best type of serial killer. Completely and utterly fictional.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, good conversation, good play. I'm all down with it. With Lecter.
It'd be a nice little. It'd be a nice wee addition. I reckon we could talk him around eventually. It'd be like, mate, coconuts are alright.
Not this coconut. That coconut.
Do you think he'd have this altered perception of reality where he sees us all as Milky Joe?
But then we can wean him onto coconuts if he gets into the Milky Joe thing. We're like, see, they're people. Oh yeah, they are people. Been out in the sun too long. Yeah.
But look, and you can crack them open and slice them open like a head.
And if we do have a serial killer problem on the island, we can always consult him as a consulting psychologist.
True.
Yeah.
Serial killer.
We also just need a squishy spray with acid in it just to train him. No, don't buy vapor. No.
Just mild.
Actually, I want to try to just beat a lot of acid attacks recently.
Yeah.
I just realised as I said that. Let's just put some vinegar.
I'd be prepared to feed him Jodie Foster. I've never seen her be good in anything. So,
Contact, mate.
Yeah.
don't remember Contact.
Great film.
Great film, yeah. Based on a Carl Sagan book.
Well, that's good. Got good
Smoke
lineage.
weed every day. That's what I'm saying.
And Bugsy Malone, of course.
Wasn't Bugsy Malone, yeah. But yeah, no, I find her a tedious actress. I'd be prepared to sacrifice her.
Fair enough. Anybody else?
Should I go?
Yeah.
I was going to say everyone's favourite fedora wearing striped sweater ghoul, Freddy Krueger.
Going to take Freddy, are you?
I was going to take Freddy Krueger for one very simple reason, right? I don't imagine that the kitchen on the island is going to be particularly well equipped, right? So quite literally, he's a one-man food processor, right? You need to whip up a salsa. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. You need to...
He only turns up in your nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, but he can make a late-night salsa. You could go... we're going to be basically deprived of any kind of great food in the world. Stuck out on our island. Basically living off your fucking iron brew. like undiluted, solid sugar iron brew thing. We're going to be...
Jamie's cocaine.
Yeah.
And heroin.
Yeah.
We're going to be dreaming of good food. Why can't he come along and just cut up an avocado and make some guacamole for us?
We could treat him like a slow cooker then. Just get him to prep everything right before. We wake up in the morning, it's just glorious.
This is my sous chef, Freddy Krueger. He only turns up at night, preps everything for us, and then bang, into the pan the next morning. Absolutely superb. Also, he'll remind us, because we've been far from the internet as well, by wearing a fedora, he basically reminds us of memes as well. Which I think is pretty good for a start as well.
Do you think you can get enough control of him in your nightmare to make him prep food all night long so he doesn't bother the rest of us?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I've never been Krueger never bothered me.
Yeah.
Of all the horror characters, Krueger I just kind of found quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of the ones that was genuinely really terrifying. Like the Candy Man. Terrifying. Yeah. Not do it 3 times, God. Never. But yeah, Krueger was just a bit ridiculous.
But if anybody can, The Candyman can.
Yeah. So I reckon we could. I reckon we could get Freddy Krueger, get him round, maybe book club at night. You know, like, sit him down. He'd have a good chat. Yeah.
Well, he'll have a lot of ideas from being in everybody's dreams.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Maybe he's the storyteller.
But his interpretations of people's dreams are usually, I'll gut you like a fish.
All he's really dreaming about is gutting fish.
Fair point.
Exactly.
And we are on an island, so yeah.
He's basically been haunting Rick Stein's nightmares.
If you give Freddy Krueger a fish, a lemon, some parsley, the things he can do.
Yeah.
So I thought you were
But if
going
you give him a fishing rod,
that's where he was going. Give Freddy Krueger a fish, he can cook you a meal. So
Yeah.
you give him
just-
a rod.
He would just slightly
destroy
chop
it.
it up. Yeah.
So what we've got so far is a chef and a Somali. Exactly. Shit, we're doing great, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Absolutely fine. We would need to stock up with the supply cupboards, though. I think like, both of them are going to just run dry on coconut and iron brew extract. That's not really enough to be getting on with, is it?
Oh, somebody should have brought grapes. Or pineapples. Can you make?
There's probably almost certainly pineapples on the desert.
I'm assuming there's pineapples.
Yeah.
Can you make alcohol out of coconuts?
Surely.
You can make alcohol out of pretty much anything, can you?
Yeah,
as long as
anything
you
with
got-
sugar in it, really.
Yeah.
Is there enough sugar in a coconut?
Must be, man.
There's definitely enough in a pineapple.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But maybe you could also make a pineapple upside down cake or something like that as well. You never know.
That'd work.
Just think of all the times when we're going to need tools, right? Like, basically, he's going to be able to use it, like, every time you're just like, shit, I really need to cut down some more string or something
When the
like
honey
that.
badger needs shore.
Yeah, exactly.
Just send Krueger into the honey badger.
Pacify the honey badger, because his fur's got unruly. He's got knots in his fur.
And we also need to make, fine jackets.
Yeah.
Honey badger tweed.
Yeah. How much fur can you get off a honey badger? It's a good point.
I don't know. Let's ask Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, pretty much basically, I chose Freddy Krueger because I had an image of Freddy Krueger cutting up an avocado earlier. I have absolutely no idea why.
I'm gonna gut you like an avocado.
Yeah.
Guacamole. Anyway. Jamie or me? What do you think?
Well, mine's really stupid, so will I go?
I'll go. Well, you brought a sous chef. You've got a sommelier. So yeah, I'm bringing a cookbook. The cookbook, which has living skin on the front of it. It is the Necronom.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I cannot talk.
Just put it in the case and bring it.
Fuck's sake, it's always like this when you're going on holiday.
Is it under 100 mils?
I'm bringing the Necronomicon from Evil Dead. Yeah, the Book of the Dead.
Nice.
Yeah, because I kind of reckoned it might be handy. If you're needing the jungle, the small jungle area on the island to basically come alive and attack somebody.
I'm worried about triffids. I'm not gonna lie. One of my all-time greatest fears is triffids, along with like crocodiles and snakes. But the triffids are genuinely
That was a terrifying film when you were younger.
Well, yeah, the triffids were
Yeah.
utterly terrible. I think I've mentioned this before in the podcast.
Have you?
When I was you brought up Little Shop of Horrors.
Well, I fucking love that film.
I think they're a little trifling.
No.
Nope.
No. That's nowhere near what gold we were producing earlier, Cass. Which no one's going to ever hear.
No. That's because it was too good. We had to delete it.
Yeah.
Could never approach that ever again.
Just a moment of like sheer zen. The whole room lit up, and we were just like, "No, this has to go."
It's actually technically the one in the Evil Dead is the Necronomicon Ex Mortis.
Is it?
Actually, in the Evil Dead.
well. But yeah, I was reckoning that there's certainly a good amount of incantations in there, which we can get things like forests to maybe help us keep control of honey badgers, or
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger or Hannibal Lecter's.
Well, Hannibal Lecter's now got a book for his book club. Basically.
That we all have to read every week.
But it keeps making things come alive, Hannibal. Clarice. No.
Isn't it written in Latin as well? He's the only one who can understand it.
Yeah.
Get the star and read the book.
But yeah, it's like I think it would come in hand. It would, also, if Hannibal was there, what do you think he would do with an undead brain?
He'd have a recipe for that.
Is it still cannibalism if they're undead?
It's like
Suppose it is.
deconstructed brain.
Deconstructed brain.
It'll be all about that.
That's like the Icelandic version of it, isn't it? Just let it ferment and then eat it.
Yeah, let it ferment in the ground for a month.
Yeah.
You'll serve it up into you in like a fucking palm leaf or something. You're like, mate, just give me it in a skull, right? It's not a fucking skull. That's how you meant to serve brains.
So we basically need Freddy to then haunt the dreams of Heston Blumenthal. To really fuck with that. Yeah. To go totally avant-garde.
So you can eat smoke to live.
It tastes like ice cream. I don't know, you expect you can. Yeah.
Oh man.
So what's actually in the Necronomicon?
The stuff that makes stuff come alive.
Cool.
Yeah, and evil stuff. I think.
So could we actually employ this as a helping hand then?
Well,
Because if we've got Freddy Krueger doing all the prepping stuff when we're all lying asleep, our hands are going to come to life. Really, obviously to get rid of them eventually as well.
because they'll try and kill us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if we can convince Freddy to get a wee army together of these hands, they could be his helping hands. So he's got his sous chef.
Are you talking about like a labyrinth? Helping hands.
Helping hands. Up or down? That freaked me out so fucking much.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was going to two different other places. I was going to the one where the stoner comedy American one. Where
Idle Hands.
I was going to Idle Hands, and I was going to the Addams Family as well. And I just had an imaginary thing running around, hundreds of them all around. Yeah.
We don't have rats or mice. We've got things. All of our disembodied hands running around. What have we replaced our hands with?
Hooks.
Honey badger.
Tennis rackets.
This is for gnawing down trees.
A fistful of angry badger.
Holding that arm's length.
It's like a power in Bioshock that you never unlock. Honey badgers spewing out of your hands.
Oh, that would be amazing.
To be fair, this honey badger is going to be traumatized. It's like honestly, I'm a quite aggro kind of fella.
He fucking owns the island until this week.
But it's like, now there's ghost shit haunting people's dreams. There's a weird guy chained up on a trolley and stuck in a minor library with one book. And the whole place is colonised by individual human hands. He's just sitting there like, what is going on? I'm usually aggro, but to be honest, I'm not sure what's going on now.
That as well as did that tree just move?
Holy hell.
I'm just digging a hole and saying, fuck this shit.
Oh fuck, here comes the guy with a knife, so he's here to short me again. He's a bald honey badger.
Coach needs your jumper. Sorry, honey badger.
Come here, honey badger, I need a hand. Oh yeah. So that's my choice.
I think it seems solid. Yeah. If nothing else, it'll cause more chaos.
It's just what we need.
Well, when I was thinking of mine today, I thought, well, because we were talking about maybe Bonfire Night, so I decided to combine Bonfire Night and Halloween theme and bring Nicolas Cage.
I thought you were going to go for burning Catholics for a second, but I'm glad you.
No.
Thank God.
No. I'm going to bring Nicolas Cage from The Wicker Man because, oh boy, is that a scary film. Because it's so fucking bad. But what we'll do is, right, we'll bring Nicolas Cage, but he will be Nicolas Cage from The Wicker Man. So we'll sort of essentially mentally torture him for our own amusement. Because we need some amusement on this island, right? Things are getting fucked up. And it'll be funny. And not only be funny, his terrible acting will be unintentionally funny as well. No, not the bees! It'll be fucking great. And then in the end, we can burn him in a fucking wicker man. It's bonfire night as well. Happy days. Happy fucking days.
Penny for the guy. It's good. Yeah, it sounds alright.
We take his face off.
Yeah, and we
Take
could
a face off.
we could let
Krueger, come here.
Can you do surgery with those hands? I know you're a master in the kitchen.
Right, Krueger, you've got the knives. Lecter knows how to do it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say we could use it to control Lecter, but Lecter, you bit my hand earlier, so you're not getting any Nicolas Cage tonight. You get a bit of Nicolas Cage tomorrow. It's your... No,
You behave.
no. Yeah, like treats, like shake bits of Nicolas Cage. Lecter comes running, diced up bits of Cage. Oh.
I mean, this is all pretty accurate, but where the fuck are you getting vinegar from, Jimmy?
No. So, I think that would work. Nicolas Cage.
Why not?
Yeah.
Also, it's a nice reference back to Beaker, when Beaker used to show up.
Oh, yeah. Remember those times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss him.
You're in his seat.
Yeah.
Just keeping it warm for a minute.
Because he always used to go away and had to deal with the Wicker
Wicker
Man.
Man, yeah, and build a new Wicker Man. Unsuccessfully.
Building a giant one right now. Isn't it?
Oh my.
But it wasn't what's more and flaring.
It was a giant Wicker Man of Fife.
in the shape of Beaker from the Muppets as well.
Just look. Our Beaker's just standing there, hands outstretched, screaming at the moon. You were burned.
Lovely.
It's actually quite cool. Now we've got the wind turbines up there.
Yeah.
When they're flaring, and if you're driving past when it's like sort of a cloudy night, they're flaring, and the wind turbines are going. It looks like a dystopian future.
Well, it does.
It's fucking cool. It was,
we went up there the other night. We came out of the cinema after seeing Death of Stalin, and as you were coming up the road, it was stupidly big at that point on Sunday night. So we took a trip out to the plant, and we're right next to it, and it's just like how the closer you got, the more dystopian it felt. Yeah. And it was like, wind down the windows, and just the noise coming from it was ridiculous. And then we were driving away from it, and I was like, is there something behind you? And Doug was like, nope, that's just the flame. It looked like there was a car right up his arse, and like the lights.
Creepers.
Yeah. But it was just like looking around, there was no car, but it was just this, the light from the flame was so bright that it was just lighting up the whole area around about for miles. Just mental. No care for the local community.
Good other horror film reference right there, though. Jeepers Creepers.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Canadian horror film? Canadian werewolf high school film, wasn't it?
No, it was a...
No, it's Thing in the Field, wasn't it?
It was good for the first 20 minutes, and it showed the monster, and it was just oh well, switch that on.
Like so many things, great up until you see a monster. Like, do you remember Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah.
That was actually quite good all the way through.
Those two films kind of, I think they were about the same time. Very similar themes as well.
Yeah.
But,
That fucking dog was a hero.
Dog was a... good dog.
spoiler alert.
What's the one I'm thinking of? The Canadian werewolf teenage film. Not
Teen Wolf. Not our very own Teen Wolf producer, Teen Wolf.
Fuck you.
There was no basketball in this one.
It wasn't Tom Bosley.
I read today actually that we're making a TV version of What They Do in the well, they're trying to make a TV version of What They Do in the Shadows.
Oh.
And I think it's going to be like new people, but it's going to be what's his name behind it.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What now, Jermaine?
I've not seen any of his films, but after seeing Thor Ragnarok, I'm now keen to see he has a character in the film who steals that film.
Yeah.
Like is absolutely brilliant. But yeah.
Why are you going to see Thor and no Blade Runner?
Because I wasn't able to see Blade Runner because it wasn't on at the time I came out of work.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I was going to go and see it on Sunday, but if you remember...
Not really?
we were up until 7 a.m. on Saturday drinking copious amounts. I was in no fit state to go anywhere until later on Sunday night.
I managed to escape that by stamping a nail through my foot.
That was probably... You probably feel better than we did.
Yeah.
Frankly, all the best. But that's good. It just means we could do Blade Runner another day.
Yes, I will try my best. Actually,
Because me and Jamie...
I'm going to go see Thor on Saturday, I think.
I'm off on Friday. I might go see it. And then next week we can talk. And if we go see Thor, or if you go see Thor, or whatever happens there.
I should probably see Death of Stalin.
Yes.
Because I couldn't go to see Death of Stalin because
you were hanging. I'd managed to just pull myself together. Death of Stalin, very quickly, brilliant. Very funny. Like, pretty horrific as well. Like, just...
It is not a great story.
It is not.
It's not an uplifting story.
I think I spent a decent portion of Saturday Night Wasted defending Stalin, which is a position I don't hold, but I sometimes take as a contrarian.
I also don't remember that.
I just had a
That's what happened
flashback
in
on
your
it.
head.
I specifically remember saying, Stalin didn't fucking go against ethnic people. He was Georgian, for fuck's sake.
Oh, no, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
But no, it is a very good film. I think Anucci deals with it very well. He sort of gets the pathos right. I think through it. The bits that are funny are the bits about what he does very well is about bumbling incompetency in politics.
Yeah, it's about how bureaucracies that you think run smoothly do not run.
Do not.
Like,
and
there's this
you can
idea
imagine
about,
a lot of the conversations that happen in it, although they're obviously fictionalised and sort of hyper real, they're probably actually not all that far away from conversations that did happen. And there's one nice touch about it, and it is that everybody speaks in their own accent. There's no fake Russian accents.
Yeah.
And that actually makes it work so much better.
Someone on Twitter said that they actually, because of that, you could read it as like a thing of the British class system as well.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, totally. Also, Jason Isaacs. Hello.
Do you know how many times I've seen it on Twitter this week? People reviewing fucking everything. Hello.
Hello to Jason Isaacs. But yeah, he's by far steals the show as well. Like, it's just brilliant.
He's been stealing the show.
I really don't think I'm saying anything at all that hasn't been said already, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
He's been stealing the show on Discovery as well.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah, he's absolutely... It's just, Jason Isaacs is brilliant. He genuinely hasn't done a bad film yet, I don't think.
I reckon we can look up his
Oh,
IMDb.
yeah, absolutely.
I reckon
I just from his face alone, it's like, yes, he has. It's something, and I can't remember what it was, but
I don't believe it.
Next week, shall we do Jason Isaacs? Because he's brilliant. Yeah.
Just a note as well to listeners that this week we've mostly been enjoying double deckers.
Yes.
No, we haven't.
Dinky Deckers.
You said it wasn't so bad.
No, I didn't say that at all.
Didn't you?
I tried it. I said it might not be so bad. I tried one, and you'll note I have not returned to the packet.
As Dave pointed out, because their small ones are single deckers.
yeah.
They won't get stuck under bridges.
Yeah.
They'll just get stuck in our throats.
Well, you deserve to choke and die on them. It's fucking terrible. How about that?
Dinky Deckers and Picnic Bites and Haribo Star Mix.
I'm not convinced that Picnic works in bite form.
I think it's alright, yeah.
I think, no. It doesn't, no.
Oh wow, that's next week. Picnic Bites versus Dinky Deckers.
And again, just in case Haribo or Cadbury's were thinking about sponsoring us, opportunities are still available.
Yeah,
there are a limited number of excellent sponsorship of opportunities available.
But Jamie hasn't ruined for us.
Yeah. Wait, that last one got cut out of the show.
Oh yeah, ruined. Oh yeah. We only have so many slots left for me to ruin.
Yeah. Wait, did he?
Guys, I'm still really, really upset that we missed like 40 minutes ago. It's just...
It was actually really good conversation as well.
It was good and enjoyed
Mixture
it
of
and
banter and deep stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just like my Tinder profile.
More like your grinder, but no.
Throw that in there.
I apologise for actually, that was a shit joke.
Still. So, I suppose we should probably bring that to a close. We've actually managed to fill about 40 minutes, so...
Call it a taster episode then. That's
taster.
what we always say. It's, number one rule of Fife Club is talk about the Fife Club.
yeah.
So this is your ideal opportune moment.
Yeah.
Spread this shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And
a
if you want
fucking
the
disease.
final, well, if you want the final 20 minutes, just sign up for our Patreon.
Crowdfund.
This is like the starter in a restaurant, always better than the main course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, you've actually got a good point, Dave. Maybe this is the way we spin this one.
Yeah.
Dave's constantly monetising in his head. Hemming as well.
Hunt this shout to your fucking colleagues and make them listen to it. They'll love it.
That was basically Kutchy sales pitch in Monty's. Yeah. PJ, sorry.
In PJs it was. It was somebody looked at my t-shirt and went, Fife Club, I like t-shirt. What's Fife Club? And I turned round and it was like, read the fucking back. And they were just like, alright. And it was just like, oh, so what's the first rule of Fife Club? It was, talk about Fife Club!
Listen to me talk.
Yeah. Me and my friends, we talk. So you should remember Fife Club. Oh, poor guys.
Yeah.
So if you are listening, which you're not, but if you are, sorry for spitting on you and whatnot, and please come back.
Yeah.
Let us know, genuinely, if you have decided to come to us, let us know, because it's probably quite horrific.
You could talk to us on Facebook at facebook.com/FiveClubPod or at Five Club. Twitter at Five Club, Instagram Five Club, email us at ken@fiveclub.co.uk, or get us on our shiny website www.fiveclub.co.uk.
Oh, listen to that. The boy did it without the bit paper this time.
Something went smoothly.
Wait a minute. No, we're still recording. So yeah, I think it does bring me to that time of the night where I have to ask Dave, what is our motto this week?
I wish I'd thought of a motto.
That's great!
If you're ever considering record your own podcast, make sure you record your own podcast.
Yeah. Do it twice on about at least 2 different devices minimum.
Back it up and then talk about it.
That's what all the ladies say.
Can you just imagine how great this will be when Kutch goes home and finds that it has saved somewhere? I'm always the optimist, guys. Always the
But
optimist.
see, if I did that, we would end up with like a 2-hour episode.
Yeah. It's okay.
That would
Different bites.
that would be our longest. Yeah. So okay. Thank you very much. Good night.
Right.
Night. See you later.
After many weeks guising and turning up with hee-haw because he... Would you like to do the honours?
I've completely forgotten what I was supposed to say. Sorry, I've just been texting, which is how rude.
Just like welcome back.
Oh, yeah, I've completely forgotten. I've been away for ages. This is totally fun. And now the news quit. No, it's not that. Because no one fucking likes it anymore. Do they? Once Sandy Togsvig went, nobody fucking likes it. Anyway, yeah. Yeah.
I've brought a cookbook. Yeah, I'm bringing the 2 seconds.
Well, this is
Fist Manga Karen?
My brain's gone dead.
Evil Dead book.
yeah.
Necrocomicon?
Necrocomicon.
Something like that.
Something
Nemocromicon.
I had it, and it's just like...
the Book of the Dead.
Necronomicon. Right.
Yeah.